Leonard, who had a fantastic year for the Small Giants, 49 TDs. Looking left, going deep, through the hands, caught by Rossi, going the other way, and that'll be the first turnover going for Junkyard Dogs.
That was a really, really poorly thrown pass. It didn't really look like he actually had his hands on the laces there and just kind of chucked it up. And all Rossi had to do was just sit and wait.
Good point. He didn't have his hands on the laces. You can tell that right away. He came out like a duck. He saw the coverage that he wanted, but because he didn't have full control of the ball, he wasn't able to get as much power under that ball as
Not only
possible.
was Rossi there, but you saw that Hugo Alamano followed the only eligible receiver to catch that pass the whole way too. So that was ready to be contested one way or the other.
First pick of the playoffs for Justin Lerner.
A minute into this finals, we have our first turnover. Here's Rossi looking left, short pass caught by his brother Jordan Rossi, spin move, tackles right away, and that'll be second down coming up here.
A little bit of a flag guard there too, something we're gonna have to look at as well.
Was that called?
No, it was not.
Wasn't called. Jordan Rossi is my secret weapon, like I mentioned earlier. He was a guy who we didn't really talk about all season, but he's with his brother at quarterback. I think they have some good chemistry there. 26 catches this year for 9 touchdowns. That's not something to laugh at.
Rossi had 6 catches for 80 yards. Quick throw. Lajoie with the catch. First down, and now the sticks will move for the Junkyard Dogs.
Looks like Small Giants are running a 4-1 defense right now. So Darren McDesian, who looked to be the lone safety, allowed, just with that little gap off from the center, allowed Bruno Lajoie to get that catch.
Secret weapon for me on the Small Giants side was right there. Nick Rampontanos on the tackle. Oh, it was Darren? I saw.
No, Darren's the one who's dropping.
Who's dropping. And Nick Rampontanos on the tackle. He's a guy that I'm looking at today. He had 2 picks last week to seal the victory against Sunshine Island.
Trips right for Rossi. Looking right, waiting, stepping up, going to the sidelines. Wide open is Rossi, backing in himself in. Touchdown, 6-0 for the Junkyard Dogs.
I think that was a blown coverage right there on Nick Matty Menos' side. He kind of bit on the short hook, and there was that overhead corner that was wide open.
Great thinking by Rossi as well, not even just take the time to turn around and just moonwalk back into the end zone. Just kind of, we see here on the instant replay that you've got a post and a corner coming from those two widest spots on that trips formation.
You think nerves are now an issue for Small Giants early on, given the blown coverage and early INT by Lerner?
I think the early INT is going to be a plus for them. I think you get rid of those jitters. You get rid of that one mistake that you probably make. They haven't made a mistake all playoffs.
You hope.
You hope. That's it.
Junkyard Dogs had 45 TDs during the regular season. They don't convert on that play. It's 6-0 for the Dogs. A great start for them as they capitalize on the early turnover for 6 points.
Lerner so far in the playoffs, 15 touchdowns, 0 INTs. We now notch that up to 1 INT and 2 sacks. He's got to get that out of the way fast because throughout the season he's been without interceptions. So this is going to be tough for him in this postseason.
We'll see if McDesian gets involved on this drive coming up here. The second drive for the Small Giants. 3:30 into this first half. 6-0 lead for the Junkyard Dogs on an early turnover. Jason Rossi to Jordan Rossi for a 28-yard touchdown pass. And we're underway. Lerner looking left, short pass going to the sidelines. Caught quickly, tackled by Yafari Shafi. It'll be second down coming up here, and this time was caught by
J.C.
Manikis. You see him on that quick little out. He's known a little bit more on the defensive side for Small Giants as the rusher that's come in. But if the deep ball is not there for Justin Lerner, we're going to hear his name a lot as they march downfield.
First completion for Lerner of the afternoon to Menikinis, and it's now 2nd and 5 coming up for the Small Giants. Base formation, Rossi playing center field, and we'll see if Safakis can be a factor on this second down. Lerner rolling to his right, going over the middle, caught. That'll be a first down. Moving up, and it'll be tackled right away, and it'll be a first down. However, for the Small Giants, they get positive yards, and now they're close towards the end zone.
That was Nick Rampontanos on the catch. I mentioned him earlier. He's a guy to look out for. Jason Rossi is they're playing a 4-1 coverage right now. Jason Rossi is that lone safety, but he's flying all over the field right now.
It looks like both teams right now are sort of going with that tried and true, especially in the lower divisions, the 4-1 corner lock with the lone safety in the backfield.
Rampontanos has 1 catch rate this year alone. What he did this year, 4 catch for 50 yards in the playoffs last game. Lerner going left, quickly caught and tackled right away. That'll be a 3-yard gain. It'll be second down coming up with 17 minutes left here before 5 plays.
To the sure-handed Darren McDesian, who was named after Darren Basmadjian. Interesting fact.
McDesian had 3 touchdown catches against Weapon X in a playoff victory. Weapon X, the closest team to almost beat Small Giants. Every other game, the average margin of victory was 18 points.
You look at Small Giants, and you never know whether their strengths lie in their offense or their defense. McDesian with 4 touchdowns on the offensive side this playoffs, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks defensively.
Through the hands of Rampontanos, and it'll be 3rd down coming up here for the small Giants.
That play was perfectly designed for this defense, and Nico Panteros is wide open. Justin Lerner he thought he was 6'8" instead of 6'3", and threw it right over his head.
Good positive start on this second drive for the small Giants, inching themselves closer towards 6 points and potentially tying this game up early in this first half. We're just at the 6-minute mark of this first half. Terry Tam, Jim Clethris trips right for Justin Lerner. McDizzy in the backside receiver. Rolling to his right, going over the middle, cut. Rapontanos, is that going to be a touchdown? And that is not going to be marked off yet. Flag on the play.
Jason Rossi does not seem happy about that, and it does look like that penalty
like
will
it's
be
gonna be a
on
flag
Jason
on it.
Rossi as well.
On Jason Rossi?
Yeah.
And now the early chirping going on between the two teams here. And let's not forget the presser that you guys had with them on Thursday.
Well, we
Junkyard
had the
Dogs.
presser with one of
team.
those
Yeah,
teams.
Oh no,
Junkyard
Jason
Dogs.
Rossi showed up. Jason Rossi showed up. He predicted a 56-4 victory.
But let's not forget, there's no love lost between these two teams since Thursday. And we'll see if this will carry over. And right now, it has been a chippy couple minutes of play here as we're approaching 7 minutes into this
Well, I
first
spoke to
half.
them both after their semifinal games, and they both didn't have a lot of kind words to say about each other. I think they both think that the other team is a little bit overrated, and they're both overlooked. So
Lerner going right to the corner. Touchdown to the
Oh,
head.
no!
And that was a drop ball this time by
Jason Manikis.
Manikis. And it's now going to be a big-time position coming up here for the small Giants.
Mo, I'll help you out with the Greek names, okay? Don't worry about it. Olympus has spoken.
So we discussed the sort of early on jitters, and it doesn't look like it's gotten any easier for them. These are sort of routine plays, especially in that back of the end zone, wide open. Lerner missing one of them, a couple of dropped easy catches as well. This is a little bit more uncharacteristic of the small Giants.
Critical play coming up for the small Giants. Trips to the left. Rapanos now the inside receiver to the left side.
We're going to see another double slant with a quick out. There
Runner
it is.
looking left. Pressure. Safakis sacked. Yes, he is. And that is a huge play. His 16th sack of the year and a big play for the Junkyard Dogs defense.
First sack of the Junkyard Dogs all playoffs, and it doesn't look like it would have come at a better time.
Joseph Akis has struggled all year against stationary quarterbacks. And Justin Lerner is a stationary quarterback, even though he could move around a lot. But he's done most of his damage against running quarterbacks like Ryan Brown and Eli Saleh of the Pack. He's gotten 3 sacks against those teams respectively. So against the stationary quarterback like Justin Lerner, it's interesting to see that he got his first sack so early.
Lerner whistle the play,
false
flag,
start.
and it's going to be a false start against the small Giants, and they look very frenetic right now. A little bit of angst within their nerves, and we'll see if that will cost them as they were inching close towards the end zone and now moving backwards.
Do you call a timeout right now just to calm everything down? I think that the moment is getting bigger than the actual game itself for the small Giants.
Look, it's imposing right now to be in this sort of situation where you keep getting backed up. They've got to find something to make it work here or just clear their heads.
A little false start. Safakis is to get back on side, going to the end zone, and that's tipped away by Rossi. Incomplete.
Also, just a little bit overthrown.
And 4th down coming up for the small Giants. Rossi gets his hand on that ball to bat that away.
Had Rossi been there, I don't think that John Manimanos would have been able to catch that ball. It was way overthrown. The jitters, they're getting to Justin Lerner.
Yeah.
4th
They're getting
down
it.
coming up here. Remember, they're on a 5-game winning streak, the small Giants. This year, Junkyard Dogs in the regular season had 22 INTs. They have now amassed a 23rd INT. Can they do it again? Trips to left. This is the 3rd time we've seen a trips formation from the small Giants offense in the early moments of this game. Lerner looking left, pumping, going to the corner of the end zone. Tipped, picked off.
Oh, picked off.
Like
And
Hugo
that will be
Alamano.
another turnover. Hugo Alamano with another turnover. And right now, everything going well for the Junkyard Dogs and nothing going right for the small Giants.
I like that play call to overflood to that side. I don't like the call of trying to toss it up to a guy who's taller than everybody else on your own team. Hugo Alamano is not somebody to test. He plays in a higher division for a reason, and he does well. He's done well all season. He had 111 yards receiving last week in the semifinals with 3 touchdowns, and most of those were jump balls.
Justin Lerner, for a 3-week period, had 10 INTs thrown. That's the second already this game. Here's Jordan Rossi down the sidelines.
Oh.
Away he goes. Touchdown, Junkyard Dogs, 12-0.
Just like that, the tide sways. These are sort of routine plays right now. That missed tackle, Rossi getting through 3 small Giants defenders. Not only is this uncharacteristic of them, but I think it's bad news to come.
3rd catch, 71 yards for Jordan Rossi.
Jordan Rossi has been the guy not that we didn't mention all year. Like I said earlier, he's fast. He's sure-handed. Other than during the warm-ups when he was dropping a few balls there, but he's sure-handed and he's a guy that I would trust as a quarterback for sure. as a receiver.
And here is the extra point. So far, 2 turnovers has resulted in 12 points, and that is going to be a 12-0 lead for the Junkyard Dogs. So a great start for the team in purple. For the team in blue, guys, you mentioned before, should they call a timeout to slow things down and refocus for the next drive?
Well, I would have called timeout in the middle of that drive after a couple penalties. You calm everything down. You think about what play you want to call. I think that if they had taken the time to think about the call, I think Justin Lerner would have made the right play call and not gone to Nick Rampontanos against Hugo Alemano in that corner play.
Yeah, I saw J.C. Manicus as well on that trips formation, sort of running a wheel from the center position. That was something we might want to pay more attention to because that might be something that's open later on in that game.
11 minutes left before 5 plays. A commanding 12-0 lead for the Junkyard Dogs. Lerner over the middle, incomplete. And that was going to be intended for number 2, Nick Matimanos, and it's going to be second down coming up for the Small Giants.
It's been interesting so far for the Junkyard Dogs. The 2 big workhorses for this team have been Alemano and Lajoie on offense. And Rossi so far has been ignoring them on the field for the most part. There was that convert that was just over the head of Hugo Alemano.
Yeah.
But right now, Jason Rossi is just taking what the defense is giving him.
Perfect. He's not pulling at Jason Rossi.
No, he's not.
Not yet, anyway.
Trips left for Lerner. And now we see a shift over by the Dogs. Lerner runs to his left, going crossbody, caught 7 yards, and that will be close to a first down, and that will be a third down coming up for the Small Giants. This time caught by number 1, Sarakakis, and here's a critical down for the Small Giants.
Looked like Sarakakis was running a sort of pick play, running the hook for the center, J.C. Manicus, to run the drag underneath, and I guess that hook was still open when the play developed.
Sarakakis had 2 catches for 33 yards against Sunshine Island. Did not play a few games during the regular season, so we'll see in what shape he'll be moving forward. Base formation, bunch now to the right to Lerner. Lerner looking to the right, going over the middle, caught, and that will be enough for the first down, and they'll get a new set of downs coming up right now.
This is what their offense is built around, just short plays, getting it under the coverage, not trying to force it. I think that they were trying to do too much early in the game. If Lerner can keep his poise like he has been on this drive so far, and continue to get those under routes going, I think they'll be able to score on this drive.
Yeah, thus far it looks like Lerner's sort of stacking receivers on different layers of the field on hooks and trying to find the open man, which is best course of action right now.
1st and 10. Lerner rolling to his right, short pass again, caught, and that will be tackled at the rush back, so that'll be 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming up here. This time, Sarakakis with the second catch of this drive.
Quiet second catch of the drive. He dropped his first pass. The first pass of the game was to Emmanuel Sarakakis, but that's something that we should be looking at too. Those, like I said before, those under routes, and I like what they're doing. They're putting both those receivers. They're bunching up on that side. They're confusing the defense a bit. I think Guevara and Lajoie, they're not sure what's going on there, and they're splitting up too wide, which is leaving a gap open right in between them.
Jordan Rossi and Hugo Alemano on the other side taking care of the sort of workhorses for the Small Giants.
Sarakakis with his 3rd catch, first down, touchdown. No, it'll be marked off just shy of the goal line. However, it'll be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
Emmanuel Sarakakis, it was 3 plays in a row, same play. Hook in the middle, send a guy to the outside, confuse Lajoie, who's playing that corner spot over there. It's working, man. That spot is completely open. Now what's probably going to happen is they're going to maybe Jason would shade over to that side, and then somebody's going to be open down the middle. That's what I think what Lerner's looking for right now.
Inside 8 minutes of this first half until 5 plays. Trips or left to Lerner. Sarakakis shifting over inside. Lerner looking left, pumping, going over the middle, caught, touchdown.
Same exact play 3 times in a row.
4th catch is the sweet number for Sarakakis and the Small Giants offense. It is now 12-6, and they're back in this game.
That was the same play twice, back to back.
Yeah, if there's water in that well, you might as well just keep going to it.
That's it, exactly. I think Emmanuel's having he's on a high right now. Take advantage of that and let them cover your better receivers and John Matimanos and Darren Migdazian.
How much of relief is that for them to get that touchdown off their backs?
It's huge.
Going to the back, picked off out of bounds, Alemano, and who has been very quiet on the offensive side of things here, come up with another big play on defense.
He's been showing his sort of height with those stretches and being able to corral that in where no one else was even nearby.
Corrals in the football.
Yeah, three INTs so far, all playoffs.
7 minutes left in this first half until 5 plays. Jason Rossi looking to go 3 for 3 on the offensive drives. They're up 12-6, capitalizing on 2 turnovers from the Small Giants. And we'll see what Rossi does. So far, his go-to guy, his brother Jordan Rossi, 3 catches, 71 yards, and now he's playing in the middle right slot with a trip.
Josephakis in the backfield as well.
Rossi. Handoff.
Handoff.
Josephakis going left side. Away he goes, down the sidelines, galloping, and he's forced out of bounds. It will be a first down and more
I would have called the flag guard.
Tackled by 44 David Germain, just up those sidelines there. I think right now Rossi knows that the tide is sort of in their direction, and
Yeah.
they're slowing down the game to force Small Giants to make another mistake.
1st and 10 for the Junkyard Dogs. That's their first down convert of the afternoon. And now they're moving the ball, looking to further their lead, up by 6. 6 minutes left before 5 plays.
What do you see happening here?
I see you keep it simple right now, and you just get Jordan Rossi on a drag coming across using that trips.
We've got
They're quads right
here
now. So I say what's going to happen is Jordan
I
Rossi
see
going to come on a
Alexi
little drag.
Stropiano just right there,
Rossi
wide
maybe
open.
not.
Pumping, going short, caught by Lajoie, trying to spin out of it, and he'll be tackled for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Tackled by Justin Lerner, 2nd down coming up for
It's funny you talk about.
Junkyard Dogs.
It's funny you talk about Alex Stropiano because Jordan Rossi at the end of the conference finals game, he told me that Alex Stropiano is his most underrated player on the team. Somebody we never really talk about. He's a bigger guy. He's not the most athletic, but he's very effective. He doesn't drop balls, and he's a quiet guy. He's kind of like a quiet leader on the team. And I think that he
Stropiano's
looks
someone
at
who's
him.
definitely going to go under the radar for most
Yeah.
of the game, and then when you leave him uncovered, it's when he's
Rossi
going to do his most
pumping,
damage.
looking, going to the sidelines, caught by Jordan Rossi, spin move, and he'll be tackled very close to a 1st down. And we'll see where they mark it off, and this could be 3rd and short for the Junkyard Dogs offense.
Nick Matimenos right there, making sure he got that tackle in, not allowing any yards after completion.
That's Matty Meadows' first tackle of the afternoon. However, the Junkyard Dogs looking to add on more points to their lead.
What I'm seeing now is I saw it a few times during the season, but I hadn't seen it often. Is where John Matimenos subs out for Justin Lerner on defense.
I feel like this would be a good idea, sort of giving Lerner that time to just pause and think.
Yeah.
Rossi looking left. He's going to run.
Lots
Real
of
estate,
space.
Touchdown. Junkyard Dogs 18-6.
Jordan Rossi using his feet. Jason Rossi using his feet, something that he didn't have to do all year, but when he was forced to do it, it worked well for him. So far, so good. He's been able to manage his offense. He's managing a game, and that's it's impressive. And not having thrown the ball once, other than that extra point to Hugo Alamano, who's somebody that to keep an eye on for sure.
Alamano has yet to record an official catch, but think about Jordan Rossi and Jason Rossi. Jason Rossi has only thrown 2 INTs the last 4 games, so he's done a very good job protecting the football.
Yeah.
Rossi looking right, going over the middle, over the head of
Hugo.
Alamano. So it'll be
Same
18-6.
conversion play there. Alamano in the back on that sort of jump ball, and you know you've overthrown it when you're overthrowing Hugo Alamano.
A deep hole for the Small Giants, down by 12 with about less than 4 minutes or so left in this first half. It's been a fast-moving first half, guys, and right now they have to get 6 points before it's over, and we head on to the second half.
They get the ball back in the second half, so I think that score right now, quick, would go a long way.
Justin Lerner so far 1 touchdown pass, 2 INTs. His go-to guy has been Serakakis, who has 4 catches as we approach 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Safakis offside, goes back. Lerner's got a little bit more time. Looking, going deep. Got a man open. Serakakis tipped away by Rossi. Great play. Second down coming up.
Looks to be twice now that Josephakis has sort of fallen to that double count that the Small Giants have been calling so far. I wonder if they're going to catch him again.
They called it. I don't think he got back in time.
Yeah, there was a flag on that play as
Yeah.
well. It looks like he did not reset past the rushing
A
bag.
gorgeous play, though, by Rossi to come and save a potential touchdown ball. And now it will be 2nd and short coming up, or it will be 1st and 5 coming up here for
That was a perfect throw.
Small Giants.
Yeah, Jocelyn Droubre calling an offside on the rusher right now.
That was a perfect throw. I think it was just a beautiful play by Jason Rossi coming across the field to knock it down.
1st and 5 for the Small Giants. And we'll see where Serakakis is lined
Got
up
a
to the
bunched
wide
base
right.
here.
Lerner, nice pivot step away. He goes to the left side, picking up yards. Tackle by Alamano. That'll be close to a 1st down. We'll see where that's marked off.
That's way first.
And it appears it will be at the 1st down marker. It will be a 1st down for the Small Giants offense.
Just want to make mention as well right now that J.C. Manikis, who started at the center position, is now sitting right now. We have Nick Matimenos, who's in on offense at that snap position right now.
1st and 10 for the Small Giants. We have about unofficially 2 minutes left before 5 plays. It'll be a trips left for Lerner. Serakakis, the lone receiver to the right side.
So he's going to be
DBs
doubled
the
up
left
by
side.
Yavar and Bruno Lajoie.
Slant in. And a spin move. Away they go. And that'll be close to a 1st down. Away they go. And a great play. McDizian with the 1st down. And
Shaking
now,
and baking.
Getting those yak yards, looking exactly like Darren Osmadjian.
And right now,
I don't think anyone even believes that that's true.
McDizian now gets that ball inside the goal.
Oh, that's a terrible picture.
Red zone territory. Not a really good picture of McDizzian, but
Not a very flattering picture, Darren, but beautiful play by the untouted.
I love how we spend all this time telling players that their profile photo doesn't matter to sort of encourage them from not taking a profile photo every season, and now you guys just spend all this time.
Trips right. Lerner rolling to his right. Over the middle. Caught and big hit. And that might be UR coming up here. And a little hello and goodbye from Jafar Shafri. And it's going to be a penalty. And we'll see what that will be called, if it's a UR or UC.
Looks like
some
trying
trip-
to flag's going up.
Manny Menos was the one who caught that ball. And now
Yavar is not happy on this one.
He's giving the referee his 2 cents.
There's 3 flags on the field right now. What's going on? So we have a UR unnecessary roughness on Yavar, and we have OC objectionable conduct on Yavar as well.
If that's the case, he's out of the game. If they call it UR,
It's
and
back to
OC.
back, then it looks like Yavar's gonna be out of the game.
And if he's out of the game, that means they're going to have to go to their bench, and they don't have much of a bench compared to the Small Giants. But right now, this could be a critical moment of the game. We'll see if we can get a replay on that and what happened afterwards. But nonetheless, though, for the Junkyard Dogs, all momentum on their side, and this could definitely hurt them late in the first half as we're approaching 5 plays left.
Looks like Jocelyn Dubray conferring with Jason Rossi right now, sort of
We have
giving him information as the captain.
some confirmation from our
Referee
referee in chief here on the sides, Stephen Hada, telling us that it's a UC, so that's a 5-yard penalty on Yavar.
You can see Rossi
an
right now.
OC
Rossi
and an
throwing Yavar off the field right now.
Also an OC on Yavar, and that means he's done for 5 plays.
And that's
Or
a critical
UC,
5
so
plays.
sorry.
So he got very lucky. He wasn't called for a UR potential OC combination. But right now he is steaming on the sidelines, walking, pacing himself up and trying to explain to the other teams warming up what happened.
I think having this this seat right now is definitely the best thing for Yavar to sort of calm him down.
He is a passionate player, though.
At the same time, looking at the Small Giants evaluating right now, you've got to think if they're going to start to key in on Alexis Stropiano, who spent most of the time on the bench thus far on defense.
And this is a blessing in disguise for the Small Giants. It calms their nerves down because they're inching so close towards the end zone, but also they hold momentum if they get these points before the first half is complete.
People were saying that this game's going to get chippy. I didn't think it would because I felt like these teams are experienced enough to, talk a little smack on the field like every team does, but I didn't think it was going to get chippy like this. That's a touchdown? So we got a touchdown.
Oh,
Touchdown for John Manny Menos on that play.
So they do call a touchdown here. So Manny Menos gets his first touchdown of the finals. It is now 18-12 momentum on their side, and we'll see if they can convert to make this a 5-point lead for the Junkyard Dogs, who right now
McDessian in that sort of ISO position in the trips right now, the bunch on the left
Probably an
on the
out
left
to that side.
Lerner looking right.
we've got a
going
post.
Middle, Sarakakis, and he is in for the single point, 18-13, 5-point lead. We have a new football game late in the first half.
Jordan Rossi seemed to read that just a little bit too late and didn't recover with enough time to secure that tackle.
So I think we're getting a UC from what we're getting here. So it's a UC on Yavar and an OC as well for 5 plays. So the UC would have given him the penalty without any plays off, and then the OC gives him a 5 plays off. He's lucky he didn't get a UR and an OC. Then
He
would
would've
have
been
been,
out.
John
he would've
Manny
been done for the
Menos
game.
walking off the field as well, sort of looking in Yavar's general direction as he's making his way back to his own bench.
A little tripping didn't hurt anybody,
Trips right for Rossi. Safakis the lone guy to the left side. And now the Small Giants shift over. Rossi looking right, looking. Great play, defended, and that is tipped away by Manikinis, and it will be second down coming up for the Junkyard Dogs.
JC
JC
Manikis.
Yeah, JC Manikis right now, up until this point, has been sort of quiet defensively. I was wondering earlier on if they should be subbing in, putting Darren McDessian back at that rusher position. But
That
it
was a
looks like
beautiful
those
play.
long arms are starting to pay off.
That was a beautiful play, and this is where the tide turns, where one of your better defenders gets tossed off for the game for the 5 plays. And let's see how you bounce back from that
Rossi
as a
looking
quarterback.
left. He's going to run. Away he goes, trying to get around Lerner. He does not do so, and it's going to be third down and a critical play before we hit 5 plays late in this first half.
Justin Lerner is he's a sure tackler, and when he did play defense this year, I think he finished with 3 touchdowns for the season, 3 interceptions for the season. He's not somebody to laugh at it defensively, especially.
Third down and about 4 for the Junkyard Dogs office. Their first third down opportunity of the afternoon.
JC with that pass defended, but now sort of unable to put that pressure on Jason Rossi, who was able to run there.
Well, now
I
he's
feel
gotta
like this
pass
is something
it, right?
that he's going to keep in his back pocket for when he really needs it right now.
Now he's going to have to pass it. Rossi has trips right.
Look
High
at
snap.
Joseph
Looking
Akis
right.
right now.
Going to the sidelines. Great catch. First down. And it'll be a new set of downs coming up for the Junkyard Dogs offense.
Jordan Rossi, secret weapon. He's wide open all
Not
the time.
so secret anymore
Not
right
so
now.
secret after this game for sure. He's getting it done, man. He's getting it done for their team. He's wide open. He's running his routes properly. I think Jason is looking at him to kind of bail him out and get past the fact that their team has kind of their lead is kind of is being depleted right now.
We're in a 4-point game right now, which is really interesting because despite the sort of dominance that JYD have been having all game so far, they've been unable to get a single convert, and that may hurt them in the long run.
Base formation for Rossi, who's yet to throw an INT the last few games. Pumping, looking to the left corner.
Oh.
Alamano.
No.
Is that in? No. Out of bounds.
Great call there, unable to sort of corral the ball in and stop it before his feet were placed.
Feet were placed, caught the ball, but not at the same time. So the juggle makes it that it wasn't a catch for Hugo Alamano.
Yeah, we see it right there on that replay. Official Bruce Hogan just kind of nailed that.
Good call
right
by
there.
Bruce on the field.
And it was a big call as we are now in 5 plays coming up. And this being a 5-point lead, if the Junkyard Dogs are able to go up potentially 11-plus points, that will put them back in the driver's position going into the second half. Base formation coming up for the Junkyard Dogs offense. Rossi looking left, stepping back.
Oh,
looking,
Safakis in that
going
corner.
over the middle, cut through the head.
Oh!
Justin Lerner with a pick, just as I was saying it.
And that is it, guys. What a first half we had.
Crazy first half. Crazy first half. The fact that there was 5 touchdowns made and the losing team gets started to the ball is exactly what you expect out of both these teams to keep it close.
No, JYD will be starting with the ball in the second half.
JYD starts. Oh, you're right.
Justin
they threw a
Lerner's
pick.
first
They
pass
threw a
was
pick,
the
exactly.
interception.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first pass was the incompletion. He had second pass to that interception. What do you see happening in the second half? What do you think Small Giants should do defensively to stop Jason Rossi and their explosive offense?
I think right now, above all else, Small Giants need to sort of collect their heads, make sure that the next team to make the mistake is JYD in this situation, because JYD still have that momentum. Small Giants are going to need to make the most of their time on the field, both on offense and defense, but especially on offense. First turnover is really going to be key here in the second half.
Yeah, I think going right now, JYD's got to score quick to get their lead back, because they were up 18-6, and that's a comfortable lead, but it's never too comfortable in FPF.
Junkyard Dogs also, in 2 out of their 3 playoff games, have shut their opponents out in the second half.
Yeah.
Right now, they're leading 18-14. If they can make it 3 times that they've shut out their opponents, this is going to be easy for them. So, Small Giants are going to have to get the ball and score quickly.
They got to keep their head. Small Giants have to get the ball right away, get another interception. That interception was key for them not to get scored on right before the half. But I think it was also it helped Jason Rossi that it was right before the half ended, and he's able to get to kind of cool his jets kind of thing. You know, think about the offense, talk to his team, calm them down, because I feel like they're getting a little overhyped, and just get a score quick and get back their lead. It's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. Justin Lerner, I think, like we said earlier in the game, I think that the jitters were off that first pick. There was a couple overthrows, a couple underthrows, but I think that now he's established his offense, getting the ball short to Emmanuel Sarakakis that we saw a few times on one drive for a touchdown, and then getting it to John Matimenos on the next touchdown, and really controlling his offense like he has done all season.
Guys, looking at the halftime, when leading at half for Junkyard Dogs are 6-0. Meanwhile, for the Small Giants, trailing at halftime 1-3.
Oh.
So we'll see if that will be a factor in the second half. They're only down by, officially on the scoreboard it says 14, but on our screen says by 5. So they're down by 4, down by 5. We'll get the exact score.
It's 18-13. They scored one extra point, and it was the one with Emmanuel Sarakakis.
So we'll see who has the correct score line here.
However, it could have been for 2 because of the fact that
that's
the
right.
objectionable
That's a
conduct
good call.
penalty.
Yeah, so it might have been for 2. I think we have that. We should get an official score from the refs.
We'll get that cleared up very shortly here. At halftime, it is, nonetheless, though, a lead for the Junkyard Dogs. Guys, when you see right now what's going on with this team and what they have to do, they have to get their emotions corralled here and make sure they're focused for the second half, because they were in control of this game, guys, controlling tempo up until that penalty that cost them points and not scoring on the ensuing drive afterwards.
That's like I was telling GM earlier. Basically, what happened was it was kind of a blessing in disguise that pick happened right before the end of the half, where it kind of stops the game from getting out of hand. I think that if that interception had happened with a few plays left, and let's say Small Giants unscored, I think JYD would have imploded. But now I think Jason Rossi going on the sideline, able to get kind of cool his jets, like I told GM earlier, and make sure that his team is focused.
I think that also it helps for Justin Lerner having those 2 interceptions, 1 for 6 thus far in the playoffs. He's got the 3rd right now to sort of solidify it.
Yeah.
I think that his time on defense, I thought that his time sitting off would sort of help steady the nerves, but they've not.
Lajoie with the catch. It'll be second down coming up here. Lerner with the tackle. And it will be a second and about 4 for the Junkyard Dogs offense.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about John Matamenos not being on defense. I feel like he's the kind of the leader on the team to keep everybody cool, to make sure that everybody's accountable, keep everybody accountable. But the defense is working right now with Justin Lerner at that spot instead of John.
Trips right for Rossi. Sefakis, the lone receiver to the left side, looking right, going short pass, caught, and that's going to be close to first down. Away they go down the sidelines, tackled by Lerner, and Stropiano gets that first down, and now the Junkyard Dogs are inside the small giant territory.
J.C. Manikis continues to be sort of ineffective at rush right now. Like, Terry, at this point, would you be putting Darren in as a
Yes,
rusher?
I would have.
So McDizzy going in at rush for small giants potentially to change it up?
Yeah, put Darren in at rusher, take JC out, throw John in on defense, and maximize your talent, because Darren isn't a guy to laugh at on defense. I mean, he's very good in coverage, which is why you have him there.
But it looks like Rossi himself is ignoring that part of the
And
field.
here's
right now.
Rossi pumping, looking right. He's going to take off. Away he goes, and McDizzy gets that tackle. That'll be a 2, if not 3-yard gain. Second down coming up for the Dogs.
I feel like this is something that we're going to be repeating throughout the rest of this game right now if it doesn't really happen.
Just a pass run.
Rossi right now showing his experience, taking what the defense is giving him and grinding down the time. They do need to score on this play, granted, on this drive. But if they do, they're in the driver's seat for the bulk of the game.
We're in the early 2 minutes of this second half. Opening drive for the Junkyard Dogs. Trips right. Stropiano to the left. He has a 3-game TD streak going on for the Dogs. Short pass, caught by Sefakis. Away he goes. Nice quick move, tackled right away by Justin Lerner. It'll be 3rd and short for the Dogs.
Quick pass, a little high for Sefakis, but he managed to corral that in with strong hands and turned it up.
Coverage is there. I think that just what he's telling his receivers is turn around. If they're playing off, you turn around, which is exactly what's happening right now. And Sefakis is able to get that quick hook for a couple yards.
Also, on the subject of player profile photos, I don't know what's going on in Joe Sefakis' photo. I'm sure it's going to come up again as the. There it is, right there. I don't know.
I think it's a mouth guard. Is that it?
No, I think it's taped up piercing.
Rossi,
in which case,
short
why is
pass.
it still on your face?
Lajoie caught that and tackled right away. This time, it'll be a 4th down. It appears. We'll see where they mark it off, but this will be very close to a first down. It is 4th down in short for the Junkyard Dogs. A big play for the small giants defense.
Nick Rampatino's there with the tackle. I feel like someone with that big physical presence there should be really limiting those yards after reception for the Junkyard Dogs offense, and he needs to get a little bit more involved in the game.
You take advantage of the size matchup and send Hugo Lomano on a jump ball in that corner.
We'll see now. We're inside of 19 minutes left here in the second half. Trips formation. They've gone with this formation 3 plays in a row. Rossi rolling to his right, looking, caught by Alamano. His first catch, quick play, and he's brought down. That'll be enough for a first down as Justin Lerner got in on the tackle. However, the Junkyard Dogs are close towards the end zone.
Right now, the small giants are not helping themselves.
No.
Jason Rossi has very little pressure on him. He's watching those plays develop, and there's only so much time that the small giants defenders can sort of hold that coverage.
Guys, are you surprised that Justin Lerner's playing on defense this much, given, again, they're down by 4, need a fresh quarterback in the second half?
No, absolutely not. I don't think that there's anyone who's really going to play as well at the quarterback position as Justin Lerner has on that team. And you've got to put your faith in him. Sink or swim, you go down with the ship.
Rossi going over the middle, tip.
Oh!
McDesian got his right paw on that, and it'll be a second down coming up for the Dogs offense.
Although he's been quiet, J.C. Manikis got that second pat down right there. Could have been picked off by Darren, but that's a huge pass deflection for them.
Stropiano looked to be all alone in the back left of the end zone as well, something maybe to go back to later on as the plays develop.
Giants defense had 21 INTs during the regular season. We'll see if they can get another INT to add on to their tally as they look to hold serve down by 4 on the opening drive of the second half. Rossi looking right, going short, caught Jordan Rossi in the end zone.
3 touchdowns.
Touchdown.
I think right now he is easily cementing himself as a possible
MVP.
finals MVP right now. Both Rossi's doing their thing, just sort of continuing uninterrupted in this game.
24-14, as you see by the replay on our screens. A nice quick throw and a nice quick catch, and right away, Jordan Rossi in the end zone for 6.
Confusion on the defense that we saw in that replay right there. Didn't know what was going on. They sent the snapper to that side as well, and they sent the deep on the outside. So
Now, guys, they're
defense is
up
getting a
by
little
10
confused.
here. Do they go for 2 if you want to go up by 2 full scores here by 12 points?
Absolutely not. Junkyard Dogs haven't even been successful in going for 1 throughout
Now
this
they're
game.
going for 2.
But we'll see right now if they're able to go for 2.
Rossi rolling to his left. He's going to take off. Rossi going up the sidelines, and he's in for the deuce. 26-14, and you can see McDizian very upset at himself on the missed tackle, and that could be costing now down by 12.
I guess if you can't pass for a 1-point conversion, you might as well run for 2.
Why not go for the 2-score lead? It's a ballsy call by Jason Rossi, but like we said, an experienced quarterback. Not pulling a Rossi like I predicted so far.
The irony is that the Small Giants on their 5-game winning streak have won by an average of 22 points. They're down by 12 early in the second half.
Irony? There's lots of irony going on right now. J.C. Manick is back at that snapper position right now.
Manikas had 28 catches this year. Here's Lerner rolling to his left, going to the middle,
Oh!
through the hands, and Jafar almost got his paws on that for a pick. It'll be 2nd and 10, and you can see Lerner a little bit confused and sensed by the route running by his teammates on the field.
I'm a little confused with why Yavar would punch himself in the face 3 consecutive times after he dropped the ball, but
That reminded me of the fullback from the Seahawks who punched himself with the helmet in pregame.
Derek Coleman?
It wasn't Coleman. It was 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
it reminds me of that basketball player from Gonzaga, Morrison, where he
Adam
smashed
Morrison.
Adam Morrison. He smashed the ball in his head 3 times.
Here's Lerner going to the left sidelines. McDizian up, and he gets
Oh.
both feet in, and it'll
Twinkle toes.
be an 8-yard grab. It'll be 3rd down coming up, and now you wonder, guys, it is a 3rd down, but is this now 4-down territory if they don't convert on this 3rd down sequence?
I think that right now Justin Lerner is going to have to go for the score because it's gonna be something that's going to take Junkyard Dogs by surprise. Joseph Fakis seems to be going a little bit more all out rushing Justin Lerner right now. He might be able to use that to his advantage.
Trips left. Lerner
Kinda
rolling to
breaking.
his left. He's
There
going to
it
break
is.
away. Lerner gets
First
the
down.
first down. Away he goes. 7 yards. Lerner makes one move. Another move. Alamano gets a tackle, and he's inside the red zone. And now a big play for the Small Giants, and you wonder if they can convert for 6 points coming up.
Justin Lerner with those windmill arms sort of giving him that extra speed and maneuverability in that run.
Breaking 3 tackles, and it's exactly what you said. Joseph Fakis being very aggressive on the rush. Just Lerner seeing that, breaking one time, kind of breaking his ankles.
1st and goal for the Small Giants. They are down by 12 and need points quickly. Trips left. Sarakakis, my apologies, to the right. Safakis offside.
Once again, Joseph Fakis.
Lerner throws, picked up Alamano, but it'll be all for naught as he was
It's
offside.
Yeah, it's going to
interference
be
on the rusher.
interference on the rusher, which is going to be declined. Another interception that Justin Lerner has
But I have a
thrown.
But I have a question though. I know he reset, so you get back your.
You have to
Your
reset behind the lines. You have to
The
give
way the rule is written is that the rusher always has right of way towards the quarterback. So whether or not he's sort of taken that false start and reset,
Okay,
as long as
okay.
his route is not interrupted to that quarterback.
Okay.
Lerner, incredible. He had not thrown to INT in 4 games. Now he's thrown 3.
3.
Now. So 3 INTs for Justin Lerner. And you will see if they can cash in. They've cashed in on the first 2 turnovers for 12 points. It could be 18 points after this. Safakis in the backfield. He goes
There it
with
is.
it. Away he goes. Safakis makes one move around Lerner. He is tackled, flagging the play coming up here. And we'll see what this is going
It's
to be
like
called
it's,
against.
there's going to be a flag guarding call here. We're going to see on that replay how close it was. Thus far,
Getting a
Junkyard
little heated
Dogs
again.
still being able to shut out their opponents in the second half. We'll see how long that continues for.
It's getting a little heated again.
And now they are talking to the Small Giants, so this, it appears, will go against
You
the
can
Dogs
see.
offense.
You can see after this instant replay here. Oh, that's a little bit of a questionable.
Well, McDizian's actually gave him a little elbow shot to the ribs, so Safakis is upset about that. That wasn't called, but we'll see if there'll be any retribution going from number 11 towards. Trips
formation.
Right. Safakis, the lone receiver to the left side. Rossi, quick pass. Stropiano gets that ball right away, and he's tackled for maybe a 3-yard gain Justin Leonard with the tackle once again.
Looked like everyone on that small Giants defense sort of all shifted when Jason Rossi made his first look.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to hurt them in the long run because Jason Rossi is going to make one look one way and then throw crossbody wide open. I feel like this is going to be coming in the next few plays.
That's something I noticed as well is that they're trying to be too aggressive and get that interception and get that turnover, which I'm okay with, but maybe be a little bit more composed. Look at what you have.
Same formation as
So
last
we might be
time.
seeing a hook and go here, a little bit of a conference
High
here
snap,
for Safakis.
Rossi pumping, looking, going towards the sideline, caught by Jordan Rossi. A spin move, Rossi, and he'll get tackled right away for maybe a 3-yard gain. It'll be third down coming up for the Junkyard Dogs.
There hasn't been a catch today where Jordan Rossi didn't get any extra yards after the catch.
And you often say on the flag field, always take it up, don't go backwards, but it seems to be working for him thus far.
Yeah.
Those times where he didn't need to, where he just sort of moonwalked backwards for those extra yards, including that touchdown. But Jordan Rossi right now has been a likely candidate for the Finals MVP here.
Yeah.
So far today, he is definitely approaching 10 catches. He has 2 touchdowns to his name. He's playing in the right slot on the trips formation to the right side of Rossi. Facts the back.
I think he has 3 touchdowns.
Rossi looking left. Away he goes. Rossi, first down or more, and he is tackled by Justin Lerner, and that will be enough for a first down. And the key thing, guys, it gives them a new set of downs and it kills more clock with them up by 12.
Approximately.
We
How
have
much
about
time do we have?
12 minutes or so left unofficially.
There's plenty of time left to make a comeback for small Giants. But if JYD continues being this effective, I don't see what else would happen.
Joe Safakis coming back to that huddle, shaking his head, clearly feeling that he was open on that play. We've got that trips formation again with Safakis in the backfield, talking to Rossi.
Looking. Quick pass. Jordan Rossi with the catch. He's upfield, and he's tackled right away. And that will be second up coming up here. The one thing you look at, guys, small Giants offense, 9 times they scored 38 points during the regular season and playoffs. They only have 14 at this point in the game.
According to most stats, Jason Rossi hasn't thrown an incompletion all game.
That's food for thought right there.
Well, we'll get the official stats afterwards.
That's what I said, according to most stats.
Yeah, unofficially.
The unofficial stats, which are usually wrong.
That I don't feel like that would be correct because we've mentioned those sort of passes defended by J.C. Manickas. We can think of at least 2 at this moment.
Here's Rossi, looking right.
Again with that lack of
rolling
pressure,
right.
and there's
Away
that.
he goes.
Oh.
And it'll be third down coming up here for the Junkyard Dogs. So we'll see now what they call on offense. If it's going to be a pass to Jordan Rossi or he gets Hugo Alamano involved in this play.
It's exactly what JM was saying earlier, that pass run technique that Jason's trying to do.
Rossi, short pass. Stropiano with the catch. He bulldozes his way up for the first down, and now they will get a new set of downs as they inch close towards the end zone.
Alexis Stropiano being on fire as usual.
Aside from that sort of the incompletion that caused that turnover to Justin Lerner, he seems to have redeemed himself. He's catching those short hooks, taking everything that the small Giants defense is giving to him.
Yeah.
Same formation. They have not changed it once at all on this drive. Here's Safakis in the backfield. This up to the right of Rossi. No one to the left. Play action. Rossi rolling to his right, trying to buy time. He's going to spin out. Looking. Throwing the ball. And incomplete, intended for Jordan Rossi. Try to catch it with his left hand.
There's an incompletion.
And it'll be incomplete. Officially now.
Officially. Well, he threw a pick before, so that was an incompletion as well.
Not only was it a smart incompletion, he also sort of put it in the spot where only Jordan Rossi would be able to catch it while on the run with a little bit of pressure. So if your receiver isn't able to catch it, putting it down on those sidelines and making sure that he doesn't lose yardage on that play.
Is Jason trying to just manage the clock right now? That's what I feel like.
Right now, it appears he is. This has almost been a 5-minute drive. Play action. No, Safakis keeps going left, and he'll get tackled for maybe a 3-yard gain at best. However, we're approaching inside 10 minutes left in this second half.
This game thus far has been not so much a game of inches, but that's what Jason Rossi is turning it into right now. Making sure that he keeps that second half lead.
Yeah, exactly. Jason Rossi has been on fire, and I don't see how we can't make a case for a co-MVP so far in this game. But like we said, 10 minutes left in this game, you never know what can happen. Rossi and Rossi. The Rossi VPs. Most valuable Rossi.
Safakis now the lone receiver to the left. Rossi looking right. Going towards. Great catch. Touchdown.
No tackle.
Brought down at the 1.
Nice, crucial tackle by Nick Matimenos on that side. Nick Matimenos is somebody they spoke about on the at the press conference where they said that he is the unsung hero of their defense, and he's going to be the guy to shut down Hugo Alemano.
5 INTs the last 4 weeks for Matty Meadows, so he's had a really good second half of the season.
I guess he's been shutting down Hugo Alemano, but he hasn't been able to shut down Jordan Rossi.
So I guess it's a sort of pick your poison here right now when he favors both those two receivers on that side.
Yeah.
But definitely a case for Finals MVP when we mentioned that Alemano and Bruno Lajoie sort of been the workhorses of this team, and Jordan Rossi's the one who's really exposing the Small Giants defense. Strong
left.
case.
Quick show pass and incomplete. And that was dangerous. That was through a barrage of arms from the Small Giants, and luckily that was not picked off going the other way.
That was a quick reaction by J.C. Manikis to see that he was about to pitch the ball and just kind of tip it down right to Justin Lerner's feet. If it had been a little bit in the air, Justin Lerner would have picked that off in the end zone.
With that, we have that turnover on downs. Mo, you were saying how much time do we have left in the
approaching
matchup?
inside 8 minutes left in this second half, unofficially that is. However, that was a big stop, guys. And do you go for the juggler right now for the Small Giants, try to get that big touchdown momentum back on their side?
Take one shot deep. Take one shot deep. It wouldn't hurt you. Just don't make sure that only your receiver can catch it.
Lerner, 4 yards in his end zone. Going short, caught. Trying to get to the sidelines and brought down. Matty Meadows this time with the catch. That'll be a 3-yard gain.
Former Vanier Cheetahs wide receiver John
Was he your
Meadows.
backup?
No, he's a lot younger than I am.
So was he your backup?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Former Vanier Cheetahs, the receiver John Matty Meadows with that catch on that 5-yard hook, 5-yard play.
8 times he's had 4 or more catches so far this season. Over the middle, caught. Away they go. First down and more, and brought right down. Manikis with the catch.
At first glance, that looked like sort of a dangerous cross-body throw, but there was no one nearby, and he was able to get those extra yards there.
What's the comfort level of Justin Lerner compared to the first drive right now? In your eyes,
pre or post first drive interception?
Just the beginning of the first drive and right now. Comparison.
Comfort level is definitely at its probably lowest throughout the season.
Lerner over the middle, caught. Ranimanos catches that, and he's in for the 6-pointer. It is now a 26-20 lead.
I want to take a look at that replay because it looked like Jason Rossi sort of went for the push to try to interrupt the catch and then forgot totally about that tackle.
Yeah, yep. It looked like that's exactly what happened. As you can see on the live replay right there. Thanks to Eagle Productions, a master control over there. What's going on right now is that
it's become a one-touchdown game.
It's become one touchdown game, and JYD is needs to be able to stop this play right now from
Lerner
happening.
looking left, has time, pumps, back in the end zone, picked off by Jordan Rossi, and he'll be tackled. However, a 12-point swing. It went from potential 6 points for the Junkyard Dogs in favor of the Small Giants, down by 6 with about 6 minutes or so left in this football game.
Hey, they stopped them on 4th down in the red zone.
Yeah.
In the red zone, which is key, and they were able to score right away to Nick Rapontanos, is a guy who's been having an awesome playoff so far this season.
Looks like Rossi's already calling that trips formation. Oh no,
he's going with the base formation. We have not seen that.
We haven't seen that
in the first half.
He's going to keep it simple. Hooks.
Here's
Everybody's
Jordan.
going hooks.
One quick move. Rapontanos with the tackle, who just caught the touchdown pass. And now you wonder, at what point do you start using the timeouts, trying to conserve time to give yourself enough time if you're able to make another stop on the Junkyard Dogs?
I say you wait till the 3rd down and then you call your timeout.
As much as I'd like to sort of agree with you right here, I don't think that the Small Giants have enough FPF experience to sort of make use of those timeouts, and I'd be surprised if they actually use them at this point, unfortunately.
Back to the trips right. Rossi looking left, looking, has all day, going deep. That might be picked off. It is. A huge play, a flag coming up here. This time picked up by Matty Meadows, Nick Matty Meadows, that is. And now you wonder if that will cost the Junkyard Dogs at the end of this game.
It looks like Rossi sort of followed Josephakis on that route, and when it wasn't there, he sort of chucked it up, not realizing that Small Giants were waiting to hawk that ball.
Darren McDessian was the rusher on that play, and he didn't go just right to him like Jason Manikis has been all game. So it changed Jason Rossi's his thought pattern. And what you saw from Darren was there, he contained him and he made sure he didn't leave out of the pocket, and it made Jason Rossi look for a receiver open as opposed to looking downfield as he's running, which is more comfortable doing.
And that penalty went against the Small Giants, so they are moved back a few yards here, but they get that critical turnover. Can they now convert for points and be tied potentially, or go up by 1 or 2? We'll see. Lerner, base formation. Rolling to his right. Going crossbody. Wide open. Cut.
Oh!
Medezian. One move. Trying to get around Alamano. He does. Alamano can't get to him. And he's brought down. And Medezian brought down by Lajoie and Rossi. And now he's given his 2 cents to Lajoie.
Darren McDezian with a nuts play right there, man.
Looks like
Breaking 4 tackles.
Looks like he was sort of thrown out of bounds by the JYD defenders here. Seeing Jordan Rossi as well. Something that's definitely, I guess, in this stage, it's going to come down to this game here.
to this drive.
Oh, yes.
And we talked about the last time they were here late in the first half. Junkyard took all these penalties, and they ended up scoring the next play here. And right now, Junkyard Dogs have been very undisciplined in their red zone.
That was a blown coverage by Hugo Amano. He was basically covering grass. There was nobody in front of him, and Darren McDezian was able to sneak a little bit behind him on that deep hook. Beautiful play by Justin Lerner to look off and throw it to the opposite side of the field.
Big play coming up here. Trips right for Lerner. Safakis rushing from the left side of the defense. He goes offside. And
Darren
a whistle on the
McDezian.
play. And McDezian. And that might be a blessing in disguise when you think about it. It might give Lerner more space to work with,
Yep.
moving back 5 yards.
They will still be in that red zone, granted, but I think I would agree with you on this one here.
It gives you a little bit more space, and they haven't been able to do well in tight quarters. I think that even though they were able to get those little 4-yard hooks on an earlier score in the first half, I think that this is a better deep.
I feel like J.C. Manikis is someone to look at on this play here.
1 minute before 5 plays. Another whistle here. And the irony is that Safakis has gone offside both times. It's been called against the small Giants here. But now we're inside the minute, guys. If you're a Junkyard Dogs, do you call timeouts to preserve time and plays?
I think you call a timeout right now to get everybody under control. You're calling the call on twice back to back, and your entire team is going offside. You're gonna get your huddle under control, I think.
Yeah, I would not call timeouts here. JYD have the lead. They don't want to give small Giants that extra. Oh, there it is.
So Rossi calls a timeout, and we'll see how much time is left unofficially. We have probably about 30 seconds or so until 5 plays. Now, let's look at the huddles, guys, starting with the Junkyard Dogs. What defense do you call going up against this Giants offense?
I think you're tried and true. You go to 4-1, either a 4-1 or a man coverage right now, and you get your matchups. If you feel that you're more athletic, which I think that they can be with a guy like Hugo, Jordan, Jason, Yavar on the field, I think that's your best call.
I would disagree with that here. If I were the Junkyard Dogs, I would call straight lanes. We've been seeing a lot of those sort of hooks and drags from the small Giants. I would just line up 5 across along that goal line and sort of force that turnover. It does look like a 4-1 coverage, though.
Quick pass, Eric Hackins catches that. Lajoie gets tackled right away for 2 yards, and now you wonder if they'll call timeout again to preserve whatever is left, and they will indeed.
JYD has used both their timeouts.
So they could get the ball back with maybe 3, if not 4 plays left, unless they pull a turnover again in the red zone, and they've been very stout on defense inside the red zone.
Exactly. The reason why I wouldn't go lanes on this one is because I feel that with lanes, if your play is able to develop, then anything going over the top is going to be a touchdown.
That doesn't seem to be that sort of strength point for the small Giants, though. We saw on those back of the end zone outs or those plays where they were developing like that, they were sort of unable to corral it, or Justin Lerner was overthrowing his receiver. So that hasn't been their strength today.
Big play coming up. Lerner. Head fake. Rolling to his left. He's going to run. Lerner! End zone! No.
He
Brought
did
down
step
by the
out
line.
before crossing that cone. We'll see it on that. We'll see that on the play as well.
Now they're at the 1 yard
He's in the
line.
red zone. He shouldn't be able to run.
That's
there
the
was 2
question, though.
penalties.
Should there not be a penalty because it was a red zone
Yeah,
scenario?
I think that's what they're conferring on right now.
And Lajoie was, and
Yeah.
yes, it is. So right now, what could have been a positive momentum switch for the small Giants, they're being moved back again on this drive.
James Floriani on the sideline rooting for JYD wearing a jersey. He's showing his colors, showing his true colors.
Well, it's kind of half on, half off.
Yeah, he doesn't want to put it fully on, It'd be too embarrassing for him.
Former Golden Girl himself.
As a result,
Still
they
is a
are
golden
moved
goal.
back 5 yards. Oh, offside. No, lost it down.
It's a loss
So
it down, yeah.
big play coming up for Lerner. Base formation. Safakis rushing. Lerner looking to the right. Pumping. Going crossbody. Cut!
Oh.
Just short of the end zone. And that is caught this time by Manny Menos. And it'll be at the 1 yard line. touching the end zone almost with that football.
That was a key play. That play reminds me of the ball that I caught in the semifinals in our Division III season 2011, where I got to the 1 yard line and we ended up scoring for the win. So maybe this is exactly what's going to happen right now.
Terry tooting his own horn
Yeah,
there.
why not?
And it looks like it's taken
My
us
claim to
3
fame.
plays to get back to that sort of 1 yard and the goal situation here. So Small Giants have made their way back to this point and now have this last down here.
Who's the go-to guy for the Small Giants in this scenario? Is it someone like Metamenos who could be the go-to guy? Could it be a guy like Sarakakis as well?
John Matamenos has the bulk of his touchdowns in short yardage, so I feel like right now he's going to be the player to look at.
Yeah.
He's been that sort of comfort zone for them in the red zone.
Quads left. Sarakakis, the inside receiver, he's now motioning to the right side. Lajoie staying with them. High snap. Lerner looking left. Going to the back of the end zone. Caught. Incomplete through the heads.
Oh,
Touchdown.
wow!
Incomplete. Incredible turn of events.
We're going to have to see what the officials rule this
Let's
on
see
the
what
I
field
wanna see
here.
that
shows.
replay.
But right now, the
I
argument
don't
has
think it was a
ensued.
catch. From my angle here, I don't think it was a catch. I think it hit the ground.
Let us see what is the call officially from the referees. However, the replay could give us a better answer.
Cameraman Lance Daniel
We
with
do
the,
know, though, at the same time, though, that it is always the on-field ruling of the officials and not what is
Touchdown.
listed here.
Touchdown. Tie game at 26.
the thing is that we had one ref
Here
call
it
a
is. Here it is.
touchdown.
Here it is.
Through the hands, and unfortunately, where
All
the
right,
angle
you'll see it
is,
right here.
and
Oh, you couldn't see it.
the angle that we would have had on the sideline would have been the greatest angle. But unfortunately, we missed it by 2 seconds.
The reason
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Yavar Ashrafi losing his mind on the sideline.
That looks good.
I think. Well, I want to see from that angle, but we can't really see it that much. But because there was one ref on the backside where JC Manikis' back was facing to, he called it a no catch, and the ref that was looking at the ball called it a catch. So they conferred in the middle of the field, and they agreed it was a touchdown.
Small
Good
Giants,
call.
in the meantime, have used their first timeout here.
They're the second time out now.
Second, my mistake.
So now both teams don't have timeouts left, but there should be at least 1 or 2 plays left in this game for Rossi to maybe get this ball down the field, maybe a Hail Mary at some point. But right now, guys, has momentum gone to the team in blue at this point in the game?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think that was a crucial play for Small Giants to take over, tie the game late, especially with them been down the entire time to really grind it out.
Sarakakis now motioning to the right side. Critical play. Lerner for the win, and now the lead. Medezian gets that. They're up by 1. And can Jason Rossi get his team the win?
How many plays left, Mo?
3 plays left, I think, from the indication. So if there
That's
are
more.
3 plays left,
More than enough time on the field right now. See,
you do you go cut it in half here and wait for an easier throw with 1 play left, or do you go deep ball at some point before the last play?
I would normally be that person who would say cut the field in half. However, Hugo Alamano has been that sort of both Rossi and Alamano. It looks like Jason Rossi is conferring with those two on that right side right now more
He's
than
been
on the
very
left
quiet
side.
today, guys.
It looks like we might see a wheel or it looks like we're going into trips formation. But I feel like that sort of corner and post that we saw earlier on may come into play here.
Rossi looking, going sidelines. Lajoie catches that. They get a few yards on that play. And now with, I believe it will be 2 plays left. Now do you guys go Hail Mary? Do you go,
No.
again, short and then go for the Hail Mary in the last
I wouldn't
play?
go Hail Mary. What I would do is I go base formation. You strengthen out one side, so you get Jordan Rossi and Hugo Amano on one side, and you get a wheel from Jordan, and you get maybe a 10 and in from Hugo. If one's not open, the other one's going to be wide open, and you cut the field in half, and then you take a shot in the end zone for the last play of the game for the win.
What a turn of events. The Junkyard Dogs were up by 12 in the second half. And it's been all Small Giants the last 13 minutes of play. Can they hold on? Up by 1. Trips right. Rossi looking right. He's going to roll to his left. Rossi's going to take off, and he gets 2, if not 1 yard. And you wonder if maybe he hesitated on either passing or running it on that play.
We mentioned that sort of lack of pressure from JC Manikis. It looks like he's coming here twofold, really trying to make sure that that doesn't happen again towards the end of this game.
I think I just saw the ref signal 2 plays left.
So it appears to be 2 plays left.
I'm not certain of that because we have one referee in the backfield on the goal line.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
So we'll assume there is one play left. if
and then we'll
not
see
2.
what happens.
And we'll see by the celebration on the field if there's any.
Let's get our referee in chief, Stephen Hodahod here. He didn't hear us.
All right, the formation is base. 2-by-2 look here. Rossi looking to throw this ball into the end zone. Good snap. Rossi steps back. He's going to heave it up in the air for the win. Tipped out of bounds. Small Giants are your 2016 5B champions.
As predicted by them, they called it and they were going to win the championship. They've been confident all year, and I think that you can't hate this team. I think they've put 40 bombs on teams all year. They've impressed every single one of us. They warmed all our hearts with the way they play and their attitude. And good for them. Good on them, Small Giants. Congratulations.
At some point, did it turn for? Do we believe the game turned in favor for the Small Giants when Jafar took those bad penalties late in the first half and kept the Small Giants alive?
I don't think that's it at all. I think in that second half, Junkyard Dogs were marching, had that opportunity. I think that the turning point was that turnover on downs on the fourth and red zone situation. It was. We saw the Small Giants finally hit that comfort zone that they hadn't hit all game. And could it have been that the Junkyard Dogs were getting complacent or not? I don't know. But they seem to be sort of walking back angry to that bench.
Did it hurt them not to score in the red zone, that shuttle pass,
Yeah.
which resulted a 12-point swing in favor for the Small Giants?
100%. I think the keys were the extra points, and that Hugo Lamano was not involved in this game at all. He had one catch for about 3 yards. Hugo Lamano, one of the better players in this league, like I've always said. Justin Lerner with the MVP of the finals. I think I'd give it to him as well with an interception. Coming back late, being able to claw back, managing his team.
Finding Darren McNessian as that open receiver.
wide
and
open receiver.
getting
He's
there.
right here,
Speaking
though.
of Darren,
Named
there he is,
Darren
the legend
McNessian,
himself.
Named after Darren Basmadjian. Honestly, I'm so impressed with both these teams, and I will say this: win or lose, Junkyard Dogs, man, what a season they had. You can't knock on what they did all year. They dominated teams. They were able to command the respect of this league to the point where Jason Rossi didn't pull a Jason Rossi. I'll bust his balls because I know the guy. But I just think that it was 1 point. It was maybe one penalty. It was maybe one bad defensive play. This is a game of inches, like we say it all the time, on any given Sunday, right? It's a game of inches. And today, Small Giants are the victors. Because
Small Giants really persevered as well, being down throughout the bulk of this game and sort of were able to corral it back in and seal the deal.
Yeah.
Well, a riveting second half it was, as Small Giants were down by 12. Can't come back to win this by 1. Guys, it was a fantastic year for 5B. Your final thoughts on the season and this final on how it ended with the Hail Mary attempt not going in favor for the Junkyard Dogs?
Final thoughts of the season. That's pretty much it for me.
I think that seeing that division that we've tried for the first time here, seeing the divides between 5 turned into 5A and 5B and 4 turned into 4A and 4B, I'm really happy with this. We saw a 1-point finals game. It's very rare that we see those, and it's always a good time when that happens. So I think that this experiment was definitely a success. We saw teams who were consistent throughout the season, but not necessarily blowing everyone out at the water. A+ for this finals, in my opinion.
I had said this was going to be the best game of the finals, and I think so far so true.
It lived up to the billing. A boxing-like match it was. Body blow after body blow. The Small Giants get that knockout blow late in the football game to win it by 1, 27-26. On behalf of GM and Terry Tam and the entire 5B production team, we wish you a good evening. Congrats to the Small Giants for the 2016 5B champions. We'll see you in spring next month.